Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've posted a video, so I apologize for that. Things have been hectic the last over the last 12 months really. I have a job interview today. You can see my pup over there having a good old scratch. So I thought I would take you on my makeup journey. Basically just what I would do what I am going to do and what I'm going to wear to my job interview. If you have any questions about the makeup, let me know down below. I will try and list everything. I'll try and be a good YouTuber. I'll try and, do what I can for you. Remember to subscribe, like, notification bell, all that jazz. Yeah, okay. So starting off, I've already got, I've got the Too Faced lip injections on. So it's just a lip plumper. I like it. Now I don't actually wear foundation anymore, but I'm gonna go in with, on the topic of foundation, I don't wear foundation anymore only because I can't seem to find a foundation that sits nicely on my skin whilst looking natural. All the foundations I've found recently are quite heavy coverage. They don't allow a lot of breathing room and they're very matte. So I don't tend to wear foundation very often. But I've gone to using just concealer under my eyes to get rid of those dark circles. And I just basically use concealer in the areas that I want to conceal, or that I want coverage in. Now I'm using I guess this would be just where are we? There we go. It's a flat topped brush, but it's angled as well. I don't know the brand because it's actually an imitation Morphe brush, so I don't know what it would be called or anything like that. Just gonna blend that in. So what have you guys been up to? Anything interesting? Have I missed out on much? I'm gonna just I think I need a little bit more just across the tops of my cheekbones. Oh, forgot about this one on my forehead. This is the CoverGirl Outlast All Day concealer in Fair or 810. And I just basically put that where I want coverage and brightness. And then I like to take the e.l.f. Maximum Coverage Concealer in Porcelain. And I just like to put a little bit of that just in here, just to brighten up, because I have quite dark under eye circles. So I just use that to cover and brighten a little bit more. You can see the difference already. And I just take the last of it around my nose as well. I'm just using that same brush. Okay, move too far out of the frame and wouldn't focus on the light. I also like to take a liquid highlighter. This is the Makeup Design or Mud Illuminating Highlighter in Champagne. I just like to squeeze a little bit out. and put it on where I would normally highlight. And then I just like to tap it out with my fingers. I just find this gives me a more natural look. Yes, I broke a nail. It's devastating. I have a job interview today with a broken nail because I don't get paid until tomorrow. But you can see it just gives that bit of natural, just a bit of a natural glow. And I like to do this before I set my under eye, because then it just looks more natural. It looks like it's coming from within. And to set my under eyes today, I'm using the Revlon Sculpt and Highlight Contour Kit in the shade Light Medium. And as you can see, I always seem to break the highlighter in these. I don't know what it is. I don't use the highlighter anyway. I just don't find it actually does anything for my skin. But I'm just going to take a small domed brush. I'm going to take the banana shade. And I'm just going to put that all over that concealer. And see, it just makes it look like you're just naturally glowing. Which, isn't that what we're all after these days? Move too far out of frame. And you guys can probably hear the crazy weather going on outside. It was so nice yesterday. It was 25 degrees Celsius for those of you who are in America. It was a nice warm day, and then freaking out of nowhere, storms. I'm going to take a powder foundation now. This is the Nutrimetics Velvet Finish Foundation in Sand. Now, anyone who is overseas, you will not be able to get this. This is an Australia only product. It is a company that only ships to Australia. And I'm just making sure I've got the right brush. So this is just a larger domed brush. So just for comparison, it's just a face powder brush. And I'm just going to put that all over the rest of my face. And I do this because I just find that it helps the rest of the powders go on a lot nicer than if I wasn't using a powder, because then it's not sticking to the natural oils on my skin. Okay, so now I'm going to take that same brush. I'm going to go into the bronzing shade of this palette. Swirl it around, tap off the excess, and I just do it on the high point, not the super high points of my cheeks, but you can see I've got a natural hollow there. So I just do it kind of in between, up on the temples, up onto the forehead a little bit. Not that it really matters today because I'm going to be wearing my hair down on the jawline. Again, in between that, the hollow there and the high point, up the temple, forehead, jawline. Get rid of that double chin because double chin is real. I'm not going to edit that out, guys. I'm going to leave this as is. I'm going to give you everything because who doesn't like a real YouTuber? I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a mum. I lost my job Monday and I have a job interview today, so it's a good job. Today is Thursday. Now I'm going to take the Sculpt colour from this palette, not on my blush brush. I'm going to take it on this angled brush. It's quite a thick angled brush if you have a look. I just like to tap it in there, oh, really powdery, and then I just like to lightly place it and then blend it out. Try and blend upwards into the bronzer rather than down, because that'll make the face go down. So again, place and then blend up. I actually have no, oh, wrong side. I actually have no idea how this looks properly, because I'm using artificial lighting for the first time. And just whatever's left over up on the temples, under the chin, down the nose. One thing you can do to make your skin look more natural is whatever bronzer's left over on your brush, I dust it across, just across the nose. Just makes it look a little bit more like you've actually been out in the sun, which if you're in Australia at the moment, there hasn't been much of because it's winter. For blush today, I'm going to take another Nutrimetics product. This is their Pure Touch blush in Plum. It's just, if I can get it open, it's quite a more nudie, natural pinky toned blush. I don't know how to explain colours. I'm just going to take it on another round face brush, just lightly on the cheeks. We don't want too much pink because when I get nervous, I actually blush quite significantly. Now highlighter today. I don't know if I want to do I want to do more natural or do I want to blind my interviewers? I think I'm going to go more natural. I think. Just going through my little makeup bag here off to the side, and I can't find, oh, here it is. So I've got three highlighters that I really, really like. First is the Gerard Cosmetics Star Powder in Grace, which you've probably seen me use 50 bajillion times because it's one of my favorites. It's a very champagne-y tone. Yes, you can see me. That is me. Ha ha ha. This is like a mid-tone glow, so it's like it glows, but it doesn't look natural. Like you can definitely see it on the skin. The more natural one I like to use is the W7 Glow Commotion Shimmer Highlighter Eyeshadow. And again, it's that goldy champagne-y color. This, I feel like, now I haven't used this product myself, but from what I've seen, it is very much it's been said to be a dupe for the balm Mary Lou, I think it is. Betty Lou? No, Mary Lou. The Mary Lou highlighter. So I'm just going to take a giant ass fan brush. This is the more natural highlighter that I like to use. So it just a nice, subtle shimmer. This light is intensifying it. And I like to take a tiny little detail brush and just Max! Really? Just like that. The most intense highlighter I absolutely love is the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in the Flexitarian. Like, it's just like, and this is what I would use for like nighttime looks. So I'm just gonna, I've got a little bit of that on my finger, so I'm just gonna, kids can't go wrong with a bit of Flexitarian. It is very glittery. I don't know if you can see that. It's shimmery, but it's very glittery, very fine glitters. It has been through the ringer a couple times. It's very broken. So there's that. Okay, so that's my base done. So I've got a little bit of bronzer, some blush, highlighter, very natural. Now I should probably move on to eyebrows because mine are looking pretty. Can you focus on me, please? Thank you. Mine are pretty sparse at the moment. I like to use the BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Trio in light. So we've got a wax, a light powder, and a dark powder. And then I take my Mikasa E400 spoolie and eyebrow brush, and I just like to comb through my brows. I like to take the darker shade and just shape the tail. And just basically do the lower edge of my eyebrow like that. Just line it up so that you've got a bit of shape. And then with the rest of the product that's left on your brush, just brush it through. With the bits at the front, I like to push it upwards into the brow hairs. Now, I am by no means a brow expert. I am very new to brows. Spoolie out the front so that it looks more natural, because your eyebrows aren't actually really dark there. And then might need to do a little bit more just in here. So the reason you spoolie your brows or brush them out is just so you can see where there's any like sparse areas. I like to brush backwards as well. There we go. Wow. That makes a significant difference. I think this might be a bit too bold, maybe. We'll do the other brow and see how we go. My eye makeup's going to be very, very basic. So we'll see how that goes. So again, this is my bad brow. If you can see, like I've got, like it's so wonky. So I'm just going to go in up the top first this time and fill in that space that I have no hair. That is because I accidentally went a little bit far with my shaving. And see already the difference it makes. And the reason I'm using this tiny little mirror up close is because I don't have contacts in, which means I can't actually see what I'm doing. Because I am short-sighted, which means from about, like I can just see myself in the camera, like in the review, you know, the screen, that thing, without my glasses. I feel like I have definitely overdone this brow. So we're just gonna spoolie that out like no tomorrow. The good thing about brow powder though is that it is very easy to clean up. Sorry, this is a weird angle, I know. I feel like that's as good as it's going to get. We're just gonna leave that alone because otherwise I'm gonna mess it up real bad. Now I'm tossing up between using the Kathleen Lights Colourpop Dream Street palette, or, wow, that colour is not that light in person. If I pull it back, there you go, you can see it. Or if I want to just use, I think I'm just going to use my contour kit. This is something I like to do when I'm trying to stay on the more natural side. I like to use my contour kit instead of traditional eyeshadows, because it is on the more natural side. So I'm just going to take a Morphe E27 brush, and I'm just going to go in with that Sculpt shade, and I'm just going to pop that in the crease. Max, what are you eating? This bit's going to be really boring for you guys because it's just blending, 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 blending. Back into the shadow and onto the other eye, blending. I like to use windshield wiper motions for when I'm just blending in the crease. You can see I'm not being very careful about getting it on my eyelid. I'm not fussed about it going on the eyelid. It just gives a more natural, I find it looks more natural on my eye shape if there's a bit of shadow on the lid rather than just in the crease. And you can see the difference that makes already, like. Do I want to go a bit darker? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a, where is it? Oh no, I can't find it. Ah, here it is. This tapered blending brush. This is a Morphe M411, sorry. And I'm going back in with the same Sculpt shade. I'm just getting a pretty good amount on, and I'm just going to concentrate that just on the outer edge. So it's just a little bit more, so it's just darker on that outer edge. So it's nice and soft still in the crease, but then just that little bit more intense on the outer edge, so that it just gives a bit more dimension to the eyes. So it's not just a flat color. My dog is still eating something and I have no idea what it is, which is concerning because it could be anything. And you can also take that on the same brush, just a tiny little bit. Just run it under the outer lower lash line. Again, just gives that little bit more dimension to the eyes than just a flat color. For the inner corner, I'm going to take the same highlighter I used before, which is the Glow Commotion. If I can find where I put that. Back in my bag. And the detail brush we used before, that tiny little, this is a imitation Morphe brush, so I don't know what it is, but it's just a tiny little brush like that. And I'm just going to take the highlighter on the very tip and just for a bit, as again, just for more definition, so it's not just a flat eye look. I'm going to take a little bit on my pinky. Okay, so what just happened was I got a phone call about a job, which I can't make today, unfortunately. So that's a bit upsetting. My in focus? Autofocus. Okay, so what I was doing was I was just putting this on my inner corners. Just bringing that a little bit onto the lid. again, just for dimension, because our eyes aren't flat. Now for mascara, I like to do a bit of a, I'm not going to do eyeliner today, but I'm going to use the Clump Crusher by CoverGirl. This is the Extensions Lash Blast. And I'm going to just, I actually use 2 mascaras. I use this one to separate the lashes. I really like it for that. And on the lower lashes. So that was just one dip. So I like to put a lot of the emphasis. Oh. Are we going to focus? Thank you. At the base of the lashes, because I'm not wearing liner. So just focusing majority of that at the base of the lashes just kind of makes it look fuller. Then I'm going to take the Australis Mega Lash Mascara, just in the cup. This is waterproof and this is in black. This is a completely different wand, but I'm just going to take this over the top of that for that thickness. I don't know if you can see the difference. Just a little bit on the lower lash line, focusing more at the base of the lashes with lower lash line. Back in for a second one, and that just over on the other lash. Again, you'll find I focus more on the base of the lash. Now I feel like the eye's gone a bit clumpy, so I'm going to take the Clump Crusher wand again, and I'm just going to kind of like push that through with the wand. Because I love the formula, but I find that the wand just doesn't work for me, whereas the wand on this brush being more being the shape and style and material, I just find I can use it to brush through the lashes a lot more naturally. Now I guess I just have to do lips, but I don't know. This is the NYX Lip Lingerie in Ruffle Trim. Max, leave the cat alone. So I've just put that straight over the top of the lip romper I was wearing. Might take a bit of this Give Me Glow Cosmetics lip paint, Vivid Lip Paint in Get Mine, Get Yours. It's just a little bit lighter. Just, yeah. Don't actually know how I feel about that. Do I like it? Do I not like it? I don't know. I'll probably change my lip colour again. So my hair's still wet from my shower, but that's essentially, that's the look. How do we feel, guys? What do we think? Is this something you would wear? Is this what, would you class this as appropriate for the office? What would you improve on? And what do you want to see next? Leave your comments down below. Bye.